Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in. This is Mehdi. In today's video, I'll be reviewing 15 of most powerful, strong fragrances in my collection. Without any further ado, I want to start by House of Jean Paul Gaultier, Scandal, Purom EDT. It is a little bit fresh at the top. I can get some sort of citrusy notes, but when it goes to the dry down, it is all about caramel. It is a very dense, concentrated, strong, overly sweet and powerful fragrance. For me, Scandal EDT is not that much complex. It is a very simple, concentrated and dense type of fragrance. If you want more weight, you can go by Le Parfum version of this fragrance. Has more woodiness at the dry down, but this one gets me more compliments and performance is 10 out of 10. Next one is from House of Prada at number 14, Prada Loom Intense. One of my absolute favorites from this house. It is just strong, powerful. It is all about leather, woody notes. It is a little bit powdery and somehow fruity at the top, but when it goes to the dry down, it is leathery, powdery and woody with kick of black pepper at the between. This is a wise decision to get a backup bottle if you have it already, or if you have not, get a bottle because just has been discontinued and prices will go crazy soon. Performance, complimenting factor, scent profile, all 10 out of 10. At number 13, Burberry For Men Intense. One of those must-have cheapies, at least for me. Not a blind buy worthy fragrance because it has a very niche and daring scent profile. It is spicy, ton of cinnamon is here, leathery, very transparent, smoky, not big time type of smoky fragrance, resiny and highly concentrated and complex. Just a little bit, it is messy at the opening, but at the dry down, you can get the character of the fragrance. It is like leathery, cinnamony with touch of resiny vibes at the background and extremely boozy. Performance is great. I heard that is reformulated right now. Has lack of performance with new batches. I don't know, but mine is one of the oldest batches and performs crazy. At number 12, from House of Dior, Sauvage Elixir, the most powerful, the strongest one in the line of Dior Sauvage. But in terms of scent profile, it is not that much close to regular Dior Sauvage EDT. It is herbal and dark. You can get that fougere vibe here as well. But because of cinnamon and licorice scent profile of fragrances, completely different compared to the regular Dior Sauvage. I cannot apply more than 3-4 sprays with this one. It's more than enough. But with EDT, Dior Sauvage, like 6 to 8 sprays. Lasts on me like 12 hours plus, easily with 3 hours of solid projection and sillage. But in terms of compliments, it is not as great as regular Dior Sauvage, to be honest. At number 12, again from House of Prada, Amber Purom Intense. Not the most complimenting fragrance, but one of those long-lasting soapy fragrances. Exactly a bar of soap in a bottle with a crazy performance, like 12 hours plus. In terms of longevity, with 2 to 3 hours solid projection and sillage. Loud projection, but inoffensive, I have to say. If you like soapy fragrances, just go get it. But right now, I heard that has been discontinued and a bit difficult to find this one. It smells exactly like a bar of soap, clean, old school, but not a complimenting fragrance, let's say. At number 10, from House of Gucci, Intense Oud. Not the most creative fragrance because it is exactly like Black Afghano by House of Nazumatsu, but one of the best oud-based fragrances in the designer game, I have to say. And at some points, it is better compared to the Black Afghano because it projects louder and smells denser, let's say. It is resiny, smoky and waxy, has some sort of sourness at the top. Maybe it is from tobacco, maybe from some resins, but you can get that sour, somehow fruity vibe of this fragrance. Just less and less projects and projects. Gets compliments, but not from everybody. At number 9, again by Jean Paul Gaultier, Ultra Male or Ultra Male. One of those happy, loud, fruity, youthful and strong fragrances, which I prefer it for outdoors or party, clubbing type of situations. Still, it is long-lasting and I can say a beast mode fragrance. One of those must-have fragrances, but compared to the older formulations, it is a little bit weaker. A little bit only, not that much watered down, but you can get reformulations if you have older batches, but it still lasts pretty long, like 12 hours plus easily with 2 to 3 hours solid projection and sillage. Compliments 10 out of 10. At number 8, by Emporio Armani, Stronger With You. Absolutely, I like the Intensely version as well, but in terms of compliments, this one is a bit better compared to the Intensely. It is not as daring as that fragrance, but scent profile is as niche, as different and outstanding, I have to say. It is nutty, burning woody, smokiness is here transparent and inoffensive, and boozy. Definitely one of those must-have designer fragrances, one of the best designer fragrances right now, let's say, in the game. Performance, projection, sillage, price, every single factor about these fragrances, 10 out of 10. At number 7, from House of Monsero, Instant Crush. Not big fan of this fragrance because it is too feminine to my taste. It is candy flossy, floral, with touch of fruitiness at the background, but florals and that candy flossy saffron note is much more prominent compared to the fruity notes. Reminds me of Baccarat Rouge, let's say floral version of Baccarat Rouge. I don't like floral and powdery fragrances that much, which this fragrance has both of those notes. It is floral, powdery, extremely sweet, and nuclear, just guys, like 12-14 hours plus in terms of longevity on the skin, with 3-4 hours of extremely offensive, loud projection and sillage. If you are into this type of fragrances, if you like feminine leaning fragrances or unisex fragrances, just go grab a bottle. It is a complimenting fragrance, but as I said, I don't enjoy it that much. At number 6, Hajevat by Nishane. This is what I can say I like, I love, I enjoy. It is masculine, it is manly, it is smoky, earthy, and fresh at the top. Has all of the notes that I enjoy: fresh citrusy notes and earthy, smoky, and that dark side. It is citrusy, fresh at the opening, a little bit creamy, and immediately you can get that mossy earthiness. At the dry down gets more earthy and smokier, I can say. Lasts on me over 12 hours plus. Solid with 3 hours of crazy projection and sillage. A compliment monster. Number 5, again from House of Monsero, Red Tobacco. A daring and offensive somehow fragrance, but I prefer it 100 times better over that safer Instant Crush, let's say. I don't enjoy that fragrance at all. This one is for me, definitely. At the first minutes of the opening, you can get some sort of appley, fruity vibe, but at the dry down, this fragrance is less waxy, but it still is smoky, burnt with undertone vanilla. Every single factor about this fragrance is burnt and smoky. Even vanilla is somehow roasted. It is definitely one of those beast mode Monsero fragrances. Lasts on me 12 to 14 hours plus in terms of longevity, with 3 to 4 hours loud and crazy type of projection and sillage. It is a complimenting fragrance, but don't overspray it. You can get bad comments, but 95% definitely this one is in that complimenting side. At number 4, one of my most complimented oud-based fragrances in entire collection, hands down, Oud for Greatness from House of Initio. As I said in several videos, it is sweet and bitter at the same time. It is like candy flossy and oudi, resiny and oily type of oud. Just I prefer it for dressed up and nighttime situations, as it is nothing casual about this fragrance. At number 3, one of the most unique and outstanding fragrances in my collection, Ganymede by Marc Antoine Barros. I haven't smelled anything like this before, and I don't have anything even close to this one in my collection. Very different. Wow, it is like citrusy, salty. Definitely you can get ton of mineralish vibe. It is suede, leathery, soft, a little bit powdery and metallic. Very different type of fragrance. Dry and wet, salty, sweet, metallic and soft. Very crazy. It's a complimenting fragrance, but not a compliment magnet. You know what I mean. You're sure you're gonna get few compliments, but not like Aventus, for example, left and right. So another negative point about this fragrance is it is too synthetic, not offensive, but you know, I don't enjoy it like natural fruity fragrance, but it is a niche fragrance. If you are into these type of fragrances, you can go and check it out. But if you like more natural, fruity, fresh fragrances, this is definitely not for you. At number 2, Herba Pura by Sergioff. You know, it is something like Instant Crush here, not in terms of scent profile. It is fruity, it is a little bit floral, it is more fruity compared to Instant Crush. Instant Crush is floral, fruity. This one is fruity, floral, But you know, it is too feminine again to my taste, but less feminine compared to the Instant Crush. I enjoy it better a little bit compared to the Instant Crush. I don't mean that they are similar in terms of scent profile, but direction is same. Feminine leaning, floral, fruity, loud fragrances. Gets compliments. Performance is 10 out of 10. Somehow this one is stronger in terms of projection compared to the Instant Crush, but because of that sort of woody base and more fruity notes, it is a little bit more masculine compared to the Instant Crush. So at number 1, without any doubt, Interlude Man from House of Amouage. It is smoky, burning, woody, leathery, all of the daring and offensive stuffs. Notes in the fragrance game is here in this bottle. In the brief, it smells like burning black pepper. You can imagine how offensive can be this fragrance. A little bit cypressy, fresh cream vibe is way at the background of the fragrance, but it is mostly like 95% in that black, dark, smoky and leathery daring side. Performance forever, like 24 hours plus on the skin with 5-6 hours of loud, crazy projection and sillage. Take care, guys.